What happens when you get two dads in a messy, kid-abused minivan talking about pregnancy food cravings, labor pains, and the blessings of fatherhood? My guest today is my friend Ryan Ash, a father of two who once put his son in timeout inside a space shuttle. Like the Wonder Woman and me, Ryan and his lovely wife have been married for 13 years. And in that time, he's learned a lot as a husband, including how to make a mean sandwich. I'm Aaron Sharp, author of the book You Got This Dad. Settle in and ride along with us for You Got This Dad, the series.
Two kids.
Two kids, boy and a girl.
One a girl. Ages are
9-year-old daughter and 5-year-old son.
okay. So you've got 9 and 5, and then we've got 8, 6, 4, and 2. So we're like pretty much everything from 2 up. We've almost got it.
You
so
add all that together, it's like a phone number almost.
we really 8, 6, 7, 5, 4. Whatever that song was. So y'all were married 4 years ish before you had a kid.
We were.
Okay.
We were. That was my choice. She was ready to have kids, honeymoon. I was
Okay.
like,
Well, that's where I was headed. Was
okay.
Premarital. What were you guys at as far as like how many kids? Like was there agreement on that? Was there difference on that? Where were y'all at?
I think she was ready. She definitely wants after W. She's like, no more. She's like, I can't take any more. But I think she was right. I mean, like I think on our first date, I think she told me she had childbearing hips. So I don't know. That was not really a turn on for me. I was kind of like, I don't know about that.
You didn't have that in your list of requirements.
That was not.
Childbearing hips.
Dream girl. Someone who has childbearing hips.
Well, that just goes to show what men don't know, right?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. One more thing we should have been looking for that we weren't.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So y'all get married, you're gonna have some kids. What happens were y'all trying?
Yes.
Okay, you were trying.
Yes.
So this was, pull the goalie, let's do this thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what happens when she says to you, hey Ryan, I'm pregnant? How does that play out?
Denial.
Okay.
I didn't believe her, so I think I made her I can't remember if I went and bought the pregnancy tests or she did, but about like 4 or 5 of them, and then I was still kind of, hey, what if we go to the doctor and make sure that these things aren't, false positive, because you can't trust. They're only 99%
Yeah.
reliable.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's not 100%.
No, by far.
Much like sonograms that are
minutia.
not 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I get you. So here's what I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're filming this in 2020, and the way you know a woman is pregnant is she pees on a stick. Like we've medical advancements all over the place.
Right.
It's been 50 years since we landed people on the moon, but that's how you tell me a woman is pregnant is she goes and pees on a stick.
There should be an app for that by now.
Well, I'm sure they have pregnancy tests with an app, but all they do is they pee on a stick, and then the app tells you what the stick's at. I'm sure.
Right. No, but I mean, you should you get that camera thing on the phone. You should just be able to.
Yeah, something. Now, what are you thinking fatherhood's going to be like?
I wasn't ready for it. I thought I still don't want to. Not that I didn't want to do it, but I just wasn't ready to do it. That was still something. Even when we were pregnant, I still felt like I'm not ready for this. Really, until the baby came, then I was like, this is awesome.
So the baby comes, and you're like, oh, fatherhood is great and wonderful.
Why did I not do this sooner? Yeah.
So we were 3 months into our first kid's life before fatherhood seemed like a good idea to me. Because we were dealing with colic.
Oh,
and, he was NICU baby, and so days and nights were confused. And so I remember rolling over in bed at 3 months, rolling over in bed and Googling postpartum depression in men. just because I was curious what exactly are the
Right.
what are the symptoms of this?
Oh, there's something there.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know if it happens. You know what I mean? Like if this is where I end up, I want to know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, even if it hasn't happened, you just came up with some kind of a new diagnosis. So.
yeah. Well, it is a thing apparently.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Hi, welcome back to Hat Creek. This is Christian. What can I get you started with today?
what do you want to drink?
I'll just take a large unsweet tea.
Okay. Can I get a large unsweet tea and a large sweet tea, please?
Large sweet, large unsweet.
Yes.
Anything else here?
That'll do it.
Alrighty. Total comes out to be 604 up at the window. Thank you.
Thank you. So you were good. You went with unsweet.
I did.
You
I
were-
did. It's an awesome bumper sticker.
We're behind the D's Nuts for President's guy that's in the drive. That's awesome. I mean, really, is it a wasted vote when you think about it? I mean, you know,
I mean,
you could do worse.
what are the choices?
Yeah, I don't. Like, I would need to know who else is running before I can really speak authoritatively on that. See, cravings can work out in a guy's favor. I think a lot of guys don't realize this. That cravings can be your best friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you could say, I'd like a cheeseburger and I'd like extra steak on it, please. And if you said that's what my wife wants, she's pregnant, they just sort of figure it out.
You say she's pregnant. You stare
Yeah.
at them.
Like, and because they know what you're thinking is, I'm not going to go home and bite the bullet for this. You're going to do this.
Excuse me, 604.
Right.
Okay. It's just the sweet or the unsweet.
Ah, completely forgot.
Okay.
Sorry, we're
We'll
kinda
figure it
busy
out.
up front right now. We got like 2 people here.
All right.
It's like a pregnancy test, right?
Yeah, we'll just see which one is the
We
which.
got you
Yeah.
straws.
Yes.
We got 2 straws.
You guys go. Sorry about that. Thank
Okay,
you all.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
I trust you to take the bullet right.
I can do this. I worked in a restaurant once. This is how you do it.
Oh, nice. Nicely done. That's very,
This is sweet.
okay. Look at that, man.
Here, I'll let you take that straw since I put my mouth on
I
this
take
one.
back everything I've ever said about Texas A&M because of that right there.
Yeah.
I feel like that was really a genius move on your part.
That is the Aggie way right there.
That is. So how did you discover that your wife was in labor? Walk me through that
Oh
process.
goodness, it was middle of the night, and she kept getting up and moving around, going to the bathroom, trying to come back, and I was like, "What's going on?" And she said she had some gas pains. I was like, "All right, well, I'm going back to sleep." And so,
She doesn't need me for
yeah,
that. I mean, that's what
I
can
don't want to
do?
know what's going on with that. Yeah.
I'm not going to burp her. So,
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So I just kind of ignored it, went back to sleep. It must have been about, maybe 4:30, something like that. I woke up. This is a couple hours after her gas pains, and I look at her, and she's on all fours on the floor.
Which I assume is not a typical behavior.
No,
Okay.
no. She's got some quirks, but that's not one of them. Yeah.
She doesn't like to crawl around and pretend to be a puppy or anything?
No.
Okay.
No. I said, "You still having gas pains?" And she said, at this point she couldn't even talk. She said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, why don't we time these gas pains?" And they were about 5 minutes apart. And I was like, "I think you're in labor. We got to go now." And I hadn't packed. I hadn't, like, all the batteries for the cameras before cell phones. I had all,
yeah.
and so. I hadn't done anything, any preparation, and then she's yelling at me because somebody in the birthing class said you need to eat before you go because sometimes you're there for 20 hours without eating. They won't let you eat. So she's like, "Make me a sandwich."
Make me a sandwich. Ryan, make me a sandwich.
So I'm trying to make her a sandwich. I'm trying to, grab batteries and, all this and that. And so literally we got into the car, and I was driving as fast as I could. This is still before rush hour. This is probably 5 o'clock, 5:20, 5:30, something like that. So it wasn't too bad yet. And I was going way beyond the speed limit, and running lights, all this and that. And so we got there, and at this point she's really in pain. I mean, she's ready to have that baby now. And so there's an old lady that's waiting there. They're bringing her a wheelchair, and I pull up in this little circular drive in front of the ER, and I stole the wheelchair from the old lady.
From the old woman.
From the old woman.
Who for all you know,
she may not be with us anymore.
You may have just taken a life and brought one into the world at the same time.
Her last experience on this earth might have been that she got robbed.
She was
by some overweight kid, the wife in labor,
who was still eating her sandwich.
Yes, eating a sandwich.
Yes.
So we got her in. I pushed her in. It was on the second floor with the whole labor delivery thing, and we get in there. I was pretty sure her doctor wasn't going to be there, because how do you get there that fast? And he was actually on duty that day, so we lucked out. Yeah.
He worked out better for him than it is the old lady.
Yeah, he knew that due date better than I did. Let's be honest there. He knew to be there. So we got in there. They put her in a triage room because all the delivery rooms were taken, and the anesthesiologist was working on somebody else, wasn't going to be available, and so he comes in. He says, we may just have to deliver in triage. I'm not sure about your getting the epidural. That's a hard word for me to remember. He said, I'm not sure if you're going to get the epidural, but we're going to get you delivered somewhere. And so she started to really cry and panic at this point. And I'm, being Mr. Calm, and it's okay, everything's fine.
You stole another wheelchair.
Yeah. Yes, we're going to get you another wheelchair. So I walked out, followed the doctor in the hallway, and it was probably a little bit more aggressive than I should have been. I think I didn't throw him up against the wall, but I was pretty close to doing that. And I pretty much told him, listen, we can deliver in triage, we can deliver in this hallway, we can go in the waiting room and deliver. I'm fine with any of that, but you've got to get her that epidural. And so I came back in, and I didn't quite say it that nicely. Went back to calm, cool, collected husband. I was pretty freaking out at this point, and long story short, we lucked out. They got the epidural. I think she was like a 7, I think, when we got in there. Something like that. I don't know what that means, but 7 out of 10 or something. We 45 minutes after pulling up, we delivered. And
45 minutes.
Oh yeah. Okay. We were in there, and one of the nurses came in and said, "Is that your car parked in the driveway, in the circular driveway?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "You need to move it." I was like, threw her the keys. I was like, "Go ahead."
You're valet.
Yeah.
Because my baby is coming out right now.
Yeah. That literally happened. So
wow. So the baby's born, and you go out there and you're looking in this nursery at this child that, you have helped create.
Right.
So what is running through your mind?
First, I was like, "What? How do I touch this thing?
How do I do this?
How do you do this? So there's a little of that, and then a lot of I just made that.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool feeling. So I had a little bit of both. I didn't know how to hold that thing. So I had to have a nurse teach me how to do it. And then I was like the expert of like the swaddling thing.
Oh, yeah?
Once you figure that out, you just hold them like a football.
Yeah.
It wasn't as hard as I thought it would have been. And you don't hold them like this. You carry them like a football, and they're fine. So
that does help. Understanding it's just cradling. It's like cradling a football.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think guys have the skills. They just don't understand where they can apply them yet.
Yeah. I've trained for that my whole life. What is with the little pull-out couch thing? Like the recliner that you're supposed to sleep in?
The thing that's left over from the torture chambers?
Yeah, it is medieval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure ours, there was just sitting sitting in a museum somewhere from the Spanish Inquisition. And like, hey, we've got a lot of 500 of these. Well, hey, slap some cushions on them and put them in the hospital.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing, so I snored so bad with baby number 1 that with baby number 2, I start pulling that thing out, and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I'm getting ready for bed." She's like, "Why don't you just go home?"
God,
didn't have to ask me twice.
it's like it's easier for me to handle a new baby by myself.
Yes, I don't need to hear your snoring.
For us, I thought, oh, her water broke. Like this is going to be like, code red, everybody running around, and they were like, take your time. Come pack your bags. Come on to the hospital.
Right.
Yeah, and it was
drive safe.
Yeah. Take your. It's fine. Stop and just stop and go through the drive-through. Whatever you need to do. Get your last Starbucks for a while. Make your way in.
Make her a sandwich.
Make her a sandwich. There you go.
I think she had like one bite of that sandwich too. That's the sad thing. I don't even think she ate it because she was in so much pain.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean. Well, if you think, if it feels like, hey, this is a guy, guys have no idea clearly what any of this is like or feels like, other than we just probably couldn't pull it off. Because if men had babies, the human race would have died out a long time ago. This would have never even...
Fair enough.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened. So all we can go by is what they tell us, right? So if she's telling you that this is like incredible gas pains, well, that doesn't exactly scream, let's have a sandwich.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
like,
that doesn't make me hungry at all.
No, it doesn't say like, hey, I could really go for some pastrami on rye right now. You know what I mean? Like, worst gas pains I've ever had in my life. But man, a nice ham and Swiss.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like it fits together. So, where do y'all fall? This is an interesting question. Where do y'all fall on loading the dishwasher? Do y'all agree on how a dishwasher should be loaded? No? Yeah.
No, she's in charge of unloading it because I can. First of all, I load it in a very systematic way to get everything in there, and then I also organize all of like the spoons and the knives so that when you're unloading, it's more efficient.
Okay.
Like you just grab the whole thing of knives and just slap them in the drawer, and then you grab the spoon. Like where she'll just throw stuff at random.
Okay.
And then I can probably get 2 or 3 times more.
So you're looking at how she does it, and you're like, I am the dishwasher efficiency expert. Please just go sit down on the couch and watch a show or something.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like Tetris. She'd just hit the down button and just throw over, stack all those shapes in there. Me, I'm organizing it just perfect.
I feel like the dishwasher, the more I talk to other married couples, is the closest thing we have to the one thing that's universal in marriage. Is that men and women, universally almost, disagree on how this should be done.
Oh yeah.
I think this may be the thing that is the closest thing we have to, it's like the dishwasher. This may be the key to unlocking all relationships is the dishwasher.
I've never thought of it that way, but
I think it's possible because we don't load the dishwasher the same way, and we just, there are very few things around the house that I'm like particular about. Like she's the neat one, okay?
Okay.
I'm the one that's the messy one. I'm the one that's not as organized. Like it's all her on that one.
Sure.
I'm none of that.
Sure.
But the dishwasher, for whatever reason, I look at it and I'm like, hey, it should be done a certain way, and we just don't agree on what that way is. So I think this may be a thing that's kind of universally across the board. Couples, this is what they need counseling about: is how to load a dishwasher, or at least what you guys have done is figure out a system that works for you, where you load and she unloads.
Yeah, well, she gets angry at me when I unload it. Because I'll just, hey, this fits in this drawer, or I can, this is technically a bowl, so I'm going to put it with the other bowls.
And she's like, where are my spatulas? You're like,
that's a mixing bowl.
Yeah.
It's not a soup bowl, that's a mixing bowl. And I'm like, well, it fits.
It's a bowl.
It's a bowl. I can eat soup out of that, too.
Yeah, like, what is this? I thought, I just now learned there's decorative pillows. Now there's different kinds of bowls, too?
Yeah. Pillows are a whole other story, but yeah.
Well, thank you for the conversation today.
Hey, absolutely. Thank you for the iced tea.
Hey, you're welcome. It's been very enlightening.
Yes, yes. And now you know how to check iced tea during flu season where you're not sharing the love, you know.
I can always say that's the thing that the Aggies taught me.
Yeah, there you go.